Hey guys, today's legal tip is be careful what you write. Now, Byron King over at the State Association has talked about this for a long time, and it kind of goes to the unauthorized practice of law. And what he's talking about is he wants you guys to be extremely careful, as do I, as to what amount of writing you'd go and do in a contract. And so, for instance, if you want a good laugh, you should read some of these contracts and some of the crazy stuff that people write that probably should have been reviewed by an attorney or should have been written by an attorney. So, for instance, a lot of people will write as a term, buyer has first right of refusal. What does that mean? First right of refusal to what? To buy the property? Okay, so maybe they must be under some type of contingency. Are you saying that if another offer comes in and they want to waive their contingency, then they have first right of refusal? But first right of refusal, what? The price in terms of which they agreed to, or the price in terms of the much, much better new contract that just came in? Because your guy came in, the buyer came in at 200 grand. He's got a first right of refusal. His house is contingent on selling close, $200,000. But now you got another offer for 230. So you go to him and say, okay, exercise your first right of refusal. And he goes, okay, I'll exercise it at 200 grand. You're like, no, it's 230. See, every single word you put in the contract has meaning. If you don't write it the right way, you could have some unintended consequences. I see people write things as silly as seller to make repairs on list. What list? Who's going to make them? The as is clause, until we revise that, used to be a very, very big problem. Buyers buying the house as is, whereas, as is. I mean, what does all that mean? What did as is mean? And so you have to understand, anytime you take pen to paper, other than filling in a blank, it might be a good time to stop, make sure that you're not practicing law, and ask for help, because too many of these things are coming in that are just sloppily written that says first right of refusal or seller to repair items on list. And you're like, what in the world is this? Okay. So before you write, think, make sure that you covered all the 8 bases. Play devil's advocate with yourself to make sure that you've covered with the who, what, when, where, what, and how. Have somebody else look at it to see how you could screw yourself. But most importantly, make sure you're not practicing law. It may sometimes get to the level where you need to have a lawyer take a look at it. All right. We've had a couple of legal tips on this already on similar things, but I just keep seeing these things and think y'all need to know not to do this, especially on the first right of refusal. All right. Y'all have a great week. Take care.